Just so we've got it, could you give us your full name, your rank, your role in relation to...
I'm Detective Constable 1849 Pete Wise of Cambridgeshire Constabulary. I'm based here at Peterborough Crown Court Police Station.
Tell us about how this investigation came together, leading to this prosecution and sentencing today.
At the time of the investigation, I was working in the serious crime team. We were informed of a possibility of a video of a victim who was a model. Contact was made with the victim, and they were able to provide the SD card that was removed from the covert camera. On viewing that, we could see that the victim had been secretly filmed whilst getting changed in a changing room at a photo shoot. We were able to identify the suspect from the victim telling us who it was the photographer, and who the person was that was actually seen setting up the camera. That gave us the powers then to effect an arrest, and as you know, David Glover was arrested, and during that arrest, a search was carried out of his home address, and various storage devices were found. On downloading those storage devices, 107 victims of voyeurism were identified. During interview, Mr. Glover named another 3 victims, as well as the first victim that we had, and based on that, we were able to take him to court on 4 counts of voyeurism, with an additional account of 103 unidentified victims. The trial was delayed, and from press coverage, more victims came forward, identifying themselves as possibly one of the 103 unidentified victims. Through a system of processing and elimination, we were able to identify a further 31 victims, and that's brought us to trial today, where justice has been served for those 35 victims. However, there is still 74 victims still unidentified. If you were photographed in a photo shoot by David Glover between March of 2011 and March of 2016, you think that you may be one of these unidentified victims, we ask that you contact Cambridgeshire Constabulary so that we can find you justice that you deserve.
If I could just clarify that figure, I think we might have slightly misspoke. It was 107 was the initial number of people in the footage, the 4 identified, 103 unidentified. Removing those 35 who he was sentenced for today, I think we were left with 72. Is that
72, yes.
It's the same as what's in court?
Yeah.
And your appeal to people if they think they might be in that number who have not yet been identified but were in the footage?
Yes, to come forward. You deserve the justice that you deserve, or you need the justice that you deserve, the same as the victims today have got their justice.
And an awful lot of victims, a lot of them young women, very distressing for them. We saw the emotion in court today. Tell us what it's been like for them through this process in your interactions with them.
I've got to praise the strength of the victims. They have been on board all the way through this process. It has been a long process. For some of them it's been 4 years, for some of them it's been 3 years. So it's been a long process. It's been very emotional. Getting the evidence, and then obviously with their victims' personal statements, their victim impact statements, it's been emotional. I've lived and breathed this case for 4 years, and so it is a relief for me, but it's a relief for these victims. They have some form of justice now.
Tell me about Glover's presentation in interviews and what you made of his manner in court today.
His manner today, through interview, he has denied his involvement in this offence. He's admitted to taking videos, but then denies the seriousness of the offence and the impact that it's had on the victim. You heard in court today that he has shown no real remorse for what he's done, and the sexual nature of this offence.
Is there anything else that you'd like to say about this case?
No, it's just, like I said, it's not for me, it's for the victims. It's finding justice and getting justice for the victims. But there are still 72 victims out there that need justice and deserve justice.
Is David refusing to name the other 72 victims?
Yes.
Is there anything else? Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.